lulls you kind of into a false sense of security. And we just need a heightened awareness so that we can know what to look for and how to respond. I will tell you this about Josh. When he gets on something, he is tenacious. I always appreciated his work when I was working because he worked a lot of ugly cases. And he never gave up. He always spent the time necessary to do what had to be done to solve it. So we're pleased to have you here tonight. And so I'm just going to turn it over to you and do what you normally do.
Okay, my name's Josh. I'm currently supervisor of Investigations Division. I don't want to bore you with a lot of stuff, but our police department is moving in an awesome direction. And even though we're losing Chief Warren, Mike Gill is right behind him and ready to make the reins. Not a whole lot has happened in Countrywood as of recently. We have, I'm not sure if it's part of your HOA, but we had 2 burglaries on Trailwood and 1 on Sweet Gum about 3 weeks ago. I don't know if y'all heard about that.
Yeah, that's not part of us, but yeah.
Okay. Well, we was able to wrap that guy up the next day. He's in jail right now on a $75,000 bond, and hopefully he won't be over anytime soon. But nothing's really happened in your neighborhood. But again, you have to be vigilant. And I've come across a few things over the last couple of weeks that I really like. And I plan on getting them for my house. One of the things is called Ring, R-I-N-G. It's a doorbell that replaces your current doorbell. It's a camera, motion-activated camera, and it's a 2-way radio. So, for example, if you're in a back room and somebody knocks on your door, rings your doorbell, you see them on your phone. And you can talk to them on your phone. You can say, hey, Mr. UPS man, drop the package here, or I can't come to the door right now because I'm clicking my gun, or whatever you want to say. Right? And they think there's somebody home. And you can do that from the beach in Florida or from the bedroom of your house. All burglaries happen with a pretext knock first. They're going to come to your door and knock on the door. And so if you answer the door, they're going to say, hey, can we mow your yard, rake your leaves, or something like that? No, we don't need anything. Okay, no, go away. If nobody answers the door, if they're a burglar, they're likely to burglarize your house. So that camera is motion activated, and it's about $200 bucks. It's great. Another thing, it all records to your phone too, so you can go back and review who came up to your door, and it's really nice. Another camera system out there now is called Drop Camera, or Drop Cam. It's also about $200 bucks. It also syncs to your smartphone, and you can put it anywhere in the house wirelessly. And it's motion activated, it records straight to your phone, and it alerts your phone, which in turn will alert you on what's going on if that camera picks up anyway. But those are 2 really good, great items that anybody can buy and just stick in their house and sync to their phone and have a little bit of peace of mind. Any questions? I didn't really have a prepared speech.
Is this doorbell thing you're talking about, is it in addition to your doorbell? It replaces
It replaces your doorbell. It's a functional doorbell, and when you push the button, it chimes just like your old doorbell would. It's just a fancier doorbell. And it's a camera, motion activated, or it activates when somebody pushes the button. So camera's in the doorbell, and as soon as motion activates, the camera pops up on the phone. So you can look at this person and say, hey, tell them whatever, maybe UPS may drop the package, or I can't come to the door right now, I'm busy. But if they don't knock, or if they don't ring the doorbell, it's motion activated, so if somebody comes up to your door and knocks on the door, alert you anyway. So,
where do you purchase this from?
Online. Currently, right now, it's just online. The Apple Store sells the Drop Cam, but Ring has their own website. It's called ring.com. Really good.
We can put a link to that on our website.
Yeah.
We'll send out something.
Brookstone has one. Have you heard of it? Have you seen it?
I'm very familiar with it.
Okay.
Because you can either hook them up to your current doorbell, or if you don't have a doorbell, it does have a battery that lasts 1 year off of a charge.
Yeah.
It charges off of USB.
Sure does. Really good.
Is it easy to install?
Yeah, it's 2 wires. Just like your phone. You take the screws out, and you
Therein lies
There lies the
your doorbell is 2 screws. I sure will. That'll give you practice.
practically, if your doorbell is like right here, the camera just don't get the name.
It's a fisheye talking, and you can talk with them. So, and again, you can do it from the beach or in your bedroom. And they think you're home, whoever it is. So,
Because sometimes I don't like to answer the doorbell, but that's not a good thing, to just not answer it.
depends on who's at the door, but yeah, you're right. And with that, you can talk to them, tell them I'm in the back busy, or I'm washing dishes, I can't get to the door right now, whatever you want to do. And, they'll think something, regardless. And again, it records too, so if there's somebody there to do you or your property harm, you got a great picture of it. And depending on where your driveway is, you're also gonna have a great picture of their car, whoever else may be with it. It's pretty good.
They've been flashing this on network television now for some time. They've got a little demo of a guy coming to the door, the woman's somewhere eating in a cafe, she answers the phone.
Okay, wow. I just actually seen my first one about 3 months ago. And since I've seen it, I've been telling everybody who will listen, if they want a camera, this would be a great one to get. Easy to install, syncs to your phone, that's cool. Really good stuff.
One question came up for, us at a homeowners meeting, actually, a board meeting. If somebody's walking through the neighborhood, we have a lot of walkers, we have a lot of, joggers, bicyclers, things like that. This, maybe not this time of year, but in a couple of weeks, hopefully, we'll be out again. If we see something that doesn't look quite right, see maybe a car that's circling too many times, something's a little off, you don't want to call 911, but you want somebody to check on it. I'm just asking,
Sure.
what would you say to that?
And you don't have to call the emergency number, but always call the police. You have no idea how many times that I talk with people and they say, well, I saw this and it looked kind of suspicious, but I just didn't want to call the police. I didn't want to bother them. That's what we're there for. And quite often, we have to have a reason to interact with people. Like, for me to go to your door and check, I have to have a reason to go there. I can't just knock on everybody's door and say, hey, what are y'all doing, where are y'all at, what's going on in here? Because that's kind of a violation of our constitutional rights. However, if somebody calls and requests us to go to a place to check something out, we have a reason to be there. So that allows us to go to people's properties, maybe pull cars over, do a lot of things we couldn't normally do without the phone call from a concerned citizen. So always call the police. Always. And if this is a problem person, call the police as many times as you can. Because if we can't do nothing at that particular time, maybe they'll get tired of us coming over there and go somewhere else.
What's the best number to call?
924-5252. But if it's an emergency, 911 is great.
I got a question. Have y'all had any reports of Federal Express coming in and stealing stuff from people's houses?
We have.
Friend that had that happen.
We have, it was 2 reports actually. On time. And actually, it was a contract person for Federal Express. He stole some deer meat, or he tried to steal some deer meat.
Yeah, he did.
He dropped it when she come up, so he didn't quite carry out the theft, but he tried to. And there was an allegation that maybe he done another theft. We wasn't able to connect him with the other theft. I mean, he probably did it, but it's not what we know, it's what we can prove. Yes, we have issued a warrant for his arrest, we know where he's at, and I think he might have been arrested. But it was attempted petty larceny for his charge. And Federal Express was really good when we communicated with them. They fired that contractor immediately, with no questions asked. They were a pretty good company to deal with. Once you got them on the phone, how do you know what to get them on the phone? Once you got them on the phone, they help us out. Everybody wants to email nowadays. You can't call somebody and get them on the phone. Hey.
What are you seeing the most of in neighbors? Are they still car break-ins or just opening the door and taking out? What are you seeing most in neighbors?
Right now, it's gonna be just people lifting cargo handles. Back several years ago, they loved the bust windows. And for some reason or another, we just don't have a lot of that anymore, but it's people leaving their cars unlocked. And they'll go to Walmart parking lot or apartment complexes or MC, places with a lot of cars, and just walk and just start lifting on door handles. And about every 4th or 5th one, they're gonna find, especially MC, they're gonna find an open car. and they're gonna find that kid's computer in the back seat, and they're gonna take it. We like dumb criminals because we track these computers. Now these smartphones are smarter than we are, so we can track phones, we can track computers, we can do a lot of really cool stuff with, smart devices, including computers and tablets and that kind of stuff. But going back to your, walking down the street, if you see something, call the police. Also, if you're walking by yourself, it's not a bad idea to have something with you. I'm not gonna call a weapon, but a stick. I would have something in my hand. And not just for people, but a dog, or, something like that. And quite frankly, nobody's gonna wanna mess with somebody when they're walking with a purpose, with their head up, with a big old long stick in their hand. So, carry something with you. Yes, ma'am.
Back to the, FedEx truck. Conversely, have we had any incidents of packages being stolen off of doorsteps?
To my knowledge, we have not had one single package stolen off the doorstep. I know Brandon is having some problems with that pretty bad in Lincoln County, but luckily, cross our fingers, we haven't had any of that this year. And usually there's a couple during Christmas, but we haven't had any this year.
Josh, what are they doing as far as patrols for there? So they run regular patrols?
Oh, absolutely.
Not home all day, so I don't know, obviously.
Sure. We got police officers out. We could probably have 7 or 8 police officers out at any given time right now. Sometimes more, sometimes less. With my investigation division, sometimes we're out. Our narcotics division is out at night. Our DUI officers are out at night. So sometimes may have as many as 12 out at night, just wandering around, either working cases or in the streets. And we have a few of them work cars, so just because you don't see a big blue car or black car now, with police lights on it, don't mean we ain't out there. So we're trying to be pretty vigilant.
I got another question. This issue with the policeman chasing somebody into Jackson, do we have an issue with that in Rankin County and Madison?
We had the same issue, and I don't want to speak out of turn here, but we don't have a problem chasing the Jackson. We're going, if it's chase worthy, again, there has to be, if it's in the middle of the afternoon, about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, for a shoplifting case, we're not going to endanger the public unnecessarily. We're just not going to do it. However, if it's in the middle of the night, same shopper, we're probably going to chase them a little bit. There's a lot of circumstances involved. If the guy just shot a police officer at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, we're going to chase him till the wheels fall off. So a lot depends on the crime, a lot depends on weather conditions, traffic conditions. There's just a lot of variables that go on it. But kinescopes don't phase us a bit.
Good. My daughter's running out her windshield busted out going down the interstate.
Oh, was she?
Bricks.
Balls, bricks,
Yeah, she's on the news.
State law says it's called hot pursuit. Our jurisdiction, kinescopes, and his wonderful law degree from somewhere, says that you lose jurisdiction when you leave your current jurisdiction. Well, in hot pursuit, you take your jurisdiction with you. For example, I can't just bust up in somebody's house whenever I want to. However, if I chase somebody into that same house, I'm free to go in. So kind of the same thing, it falls under hot pursuit. But no, we're not scared of kinescopes.
I have a guy that's building my house right now. He had an issue with, electrician had a light fixture in his truck. His truck got stolen in Jackson, and his wife's iPads, and they were able to track where the truck was. And they called the police, and the police said, it shows my truck's in that warehouse right there. They said you have to get a warrant, and they could not do the warrant until the next day.
Who was this?
In Jackson.
In Jackson.
And he could see his truck.
See,
That's what we can.
I completely understand your frustration because we have to deal with JPD all the time. And it's not just JPD, their hands are so tied a lot of times with their bureaucracy, like their no pursuit policies. If we're chasing somebody in Jackson, it's been like this for years, it's just now coming to light now. But if we was to chase somebody in Jackson, back when I was on patrol, they won't get involved. And that's fine, but you can block intersections for us. Like, for example, if Hines County chases somebody through Clinton, we don't want anybody to get hurt either. Last thing anybody wants is a vehicle pursuit. But if somebody's chasing through your city, you can block intersections for them and let them go right through, so nobody is in danger. And we can't even get Jackson to block intersections for us.
They just don't.
Completely, we're not getting involved. We're not getting involved. Unless it's something really serious. Even certain felonies like stolen cars, or they won't have, it have to be some kind of violent crime like a robbery, maybe murder or something like that. It is terrible, because if we ever, and again, we hate vehicle pursuits, we absolutely hate them. But can you imagine what would happen if we said, okay, we're not gonna pursue it anymore? I'm gonna start robbing banks.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and so will everybody else. They're gonna rob banks just for you want to catch them. I hope it never comes to that. But our society's become so litigious, and right now we have a population that's very sympathetic to defendants. So, nobody likes police anymore. Everybody loves firemen, but nobody likes police.
You made that choice.
I did make that choice.
Why can I say something, Doc?
Sure.
We had the opportunity a little over a year ago to be involved with the Clinton police, and I love the Clinton police. And this young detective that works for him, in a short 3 days, I feel like I have a young friend for life. So do not hesitate to call these men and women, because they were there like that. Chief Warren came in and settled the situation, and within a day, they had this thing totally solved, and I just was amazed. So not everybody's on the other side.
No, you're
A lot of
right,
people
you're right.
that
You're right.
believe you guys and support you 100%, so thank you.
We really work hard when something happens as bad as it happened to the Piazzas. We really work hard to try to solve it as quickly as we can. And that's just kind of with any crime, because the longer it takes for you to solve the crime, your evidence deteriorates. Your evidence moves, if it's outside, it gets beat by weather, wind, I mean, it makes it harder to solve. So if we can get on it quick, get it solved quick, it helps everybody else.
Well, I was just gonna say, just to confirm what you were mentioning, I've heard the same thing from 2 different people about the fact that the police could not use Find My iPhone, and they could not use that. So in Clinton, we're okay with using Find My iPhone and iPad and computers to help track down criminals. Is that what I'm
It
hearing?
depends.
Okay.
It depends. Let me give you for instance. If I was tracking my phone right now, and let's say on Vineyard, and it was in somebody's house, it's not gonna get a great signal inside somebody's house. So when we look at it on a map, it might be in between houses. So a judge is not gonna sign a search warrant for me when I can't say, I don't have any evidence to say it's in this house or this house. I can say, well, it's kinda in between, but it could be across the street too. So that becomes a real problem. We've run across that quite a bit.
But you would recommend us getting that on our phone and our.
Oh, absolutely,
computers, because it
absolutely,
would
100%.
help.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, again, it depends. Sometimes we can, and just sometimes we can't. But if we can't, there's other avenues of approach that we can do to try to recover that device.
Well, that's what they solved ours with, is I texted them, we emailed them the digital plates, and they went right to that place and said to them, is this iPad here? And they said, no, but they showed them that. And they said, well, we sent them to this other place, and they went to that other place.
Basically, yeah, we went to this other computer store, and the guy, he's a little shady business guy that does computer repair. He actually wipes computers for a living, stolen computers. And we asked him if these people had been there. They said, yeah, they had been here, but I hadn't had time to deal with them. I'm supposed to call them this afternoon. I got their phone number. We said, call them. You want to buy the computer? So, when they showed up, we was able to jump on top of them. Little updates on that.
I'll ask another question, this is cool. Do y'all do some type of fundraiser that y'all send out letters, donations? I know y'all did something for the MP.
For the rifles.
The rifles.
AR-15s.
Because I know we support the highway patrol, we get a letter every year, and they send us a sticker and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
you know, we don't have any fundraisers. We probably should. We're really busy. And to put a fundraiser together, oh, I can't time it would take, but that's something we should look into, definitely. Because, I mean, just like anybody else, we all work off the budget, and every little bit would help. So maybe fundraisers are good, maybe t-shirts. We even, well, I tell you, speaking of fundraisers, have y'all been in the police department since it's been expanded? Well, there's a little room inside, it's glass, it's kind of a waiting room, kind of looks like a gift shop. And somebody mentioned the other day, we should sell, coffee mugs and t-shirts with people's mug shots on them. You know, so when they come out of jail, they can buy a mug or a t-shirt. But we have kicked around that. It had to be the word. Yeah, it's a good idea for fundraising.
I saw the other day, this app, I've never seen it before. This girl, for women particularly, who are in like a parking garage, or someone's following, or they get concerned. And so, I can't remember the name of it though, but she clicked on her phone and turned it around, and it was like a recording of a police officer that said, oh, I'm not sure if it was a recording or, anyway, it said, I see you, I have a picture of you, I know who you are, and you're being recorded.
Wow.
And supposedly that scares them off. It's magnified, you know, it was loud. Are you familiar with
I am
anything like
not.
that? I would assume that the department would have to have some kind of app on their computer or something. I'm gonna pull that up and see if I can
That'd
find
be
it
interesting to know.
again. Yeah, it was really for women who are out by themselves at night, or in parking garages or parking lots and that kind of thing. And the demonstration showed a girl coming out of an office building, walking through the garage, and this guy eased around the corner, got behind her, and it said, you know, you call 911 and to respond is usually 15 minutes, and a lot can happen in 15 minutes. And,
It'll never be 15 minutes.
well, it won't be 3 minutes and 7 cars. Anyway, I just.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull that up, see if I can find it again. Pull it up.
Yeah, anything you can do to protect yourself, I'm a firm believer in. I'm a firm believer in Second Amendment. Matter of fact, they just passed a law with women. I think it's a little unfair. Women can now carry guns in their purses without a permit. So, you know, men don't carry purses. So.
Jan Costa's been doing that for years.
I don't blame her. She agreed. Yes, sir. How do we know that?
What is the Clinton Police Department's ability now to communicate with the law enforcement agencies?
Very good question. I got a very short answer for you. Ken. The radio situation has been an ongoing battle. I don't have the details of the pictures on it, but from what I hear, we're about to get new radios that are going to be capable of doing that very thing. Right now, we can communicate with JPD and Hines County SO, and that's it. We're hoping to expand that to everybody, including Highway Patrol, Rankin County, Brandon. We're hoping to be able to do that with these new radios. And it's been a long time in the making, even when this Alton was office, they was having a big battle with radios.
Well, at one point, we couldn't communicate with Hines County.
You're right. We couldn't communicate with anybody but ourselves, but it's coming along. And that's very important, communication with other agencies, especially in a pursuit situation. If we're coming down Highway 80, we can notify Rankin County, hey, we're coming into Pearl, block the intersection at Pearson, here we go. Hopefully that'll happen in the next couple of months. That's a very good question.